We have something absolutely mind-blowing to talk about, the 1995 P Connecticut quarter that could be worth up to $1.40 million. Yes, you heard that right. If you have one of these in your collection, you might be sitting on a fortune. Stick around as we break down everything you need to know about this rare coin and how you can cash in. Before we jump into why this quarter is worth a fortune, let's talk a little history. The U.S. Mint released millions of quarters in 1995, but a few of them had errors and special characteristics that make them incredibly valuable today. The Connecticut quarter is one of the most sought after, especially the ones minted in Philadelphia, marked by the P Mint mark. But what makes it so special? Let's find out. Some quarters from this batch have rare errors such as double strikes, missing letters, and off-center designs. These mistakes increase their value significantly. A quarter graded MS 68 or higher by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, can fetch an unbelievable price at auction. Some of these coins have die variations that make them one-of-a-kind collector's items. If your coin has any of these traits, you could be looking at a 6- or 7-figure payday. Alright, now that you know what to look for, let's go through the steps to check if your 1995 P Connecticut quarter is the jackpot coin. Grab a magnifying glass and check for errors on both sides of the coin. Look for the P Mint mark under the word Liberty. Compare your coin to online listings of high-value 1995 P quarters. If you think you have something special, get it graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. If you've got the golden ticket, a rare 1995 P Connecticut quarter, here's how to sell it for top dollar. Consider high-profile coin auctions like Heritage Auctions or Stax Bowers for the best value. eBay, Etsy, and specialized coin trading platforms can connect you with eager buyers. Visit a certified coin dealer to get an expert opinion and a possible offer. One crucial tip: always get your coin authenticated and graded before selling to ensure you receive its full value. So, do you have a 1995 P Connecticut quarter worth millions? If you do, you could be holding a fortune in your hands. Even if you don't, this proves that checking your pocket change can sometimes lead to life-changing discoveries. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more coin collecting secrets, and drop a comment if you want me to cover more rare coins worth big money. What if I told you that a simple 1982 D George Washington quarter, yes, the one you might have in an old jar or tucked away in your drawer, could be worth up to $685,000? Sounds crazy, right? But here's the shocking truth: one of these rare quarters recently fetched a jaw-dropping price at an auction. And guess what? There might be another one out there, waiting to be discovered, but here's where it gets even more interesting. Most people throw these coins away, completely unaware that they are sitting on a potential fortune. And by it's too late, are you making that mistake right now? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to spot one of these ultra-valuable quarters and, if you have one, how to sell it for top dollar. And fair warning, after watching this video, you might never look at your pocket change the same way again. Let's dive in. So, what makes the 1982 D George Washington quarter so special? Why is a coin that was meant to be worth only 25 cents now fetching hundreds of thousands, sometimes even millions? It all comes down to rarity and errors, two words that make coin collectors and investors absolutely lose their minds. Back in 1982, the U.S. Mint was going through some, let's just say, cost-cutting measures. They decided to stop producing mint sets, which meant fewer high-quality coins were preserved. At the same time, a small batch of these quarters were struck on 90% silver planchets by mistake, a material that was supposed to have been phased out. That error created a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, for people like you, how to spot a rare 1982 D quarter worth a fortune. Alright, now here's where things get really interesting. How do you know if you're holding a rare 1982 D quarter worth $685,000, or just a regular 25-cent coin? Look for the small d under Washington's portrait. This means it was minted in Denver. Most quarters from 1982 have a copper-nickel sandwich effect on the edges. But if your quarter has a solid silver edge, you might have hit the jackpot. A standard 1982 quarter weighs 5.67 grams. A rare silver error coin will weigh around 6.25 grams. A simple digital scale can reveal the truth in seconds. Drop your quarter onto a hard surface. A copper nickel quarter makes a dull clunk. A silver quarter? It rings with a sharp, high-pitched chime, but here's the scary part. Many people accidentally spend these coins without even realizing what they have. Just imagine, someone might have bought a soda with a $685,000 quarter this morning. Alright, let's say you've checked your stash, and you just might have one of these ultra-rare quarters. What do you do next? Here's how you turn that tiny piece of metal into a massive payday. Do not sell it to just anyone. Have it graded by PCGS or NGC, the top coin authentication companies. A certified coin sells for way more than an uncertified one. Some shady dealers will lowball you or even try to swap out your coin. Always go through reputable auction houses or collectors. The coin market fluctuates just like real estate or stocks. Right now, demand for rare error coins is skyrocketing. If you wait too long, you could miss your chance. Now, let me ask you something. Would you ignore this opportunity, knowing that you could be sitting on life-changing wealth, or would you be one of the smart ones who takes action, checks their coins, and maybe, just maybe, joins the ranks of the lucky collectors who have turned? Remember, these coins are extremely rare, and finding one today is like striking gold. But if you don't check, you'll never know. Go check your quarters right now. And if you find something interesting, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your story. And before you go, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another video about hidden treasures in your pocket change, because who knows? Your next coin discovery could make you a millionaire. Bell, subscribe now and start your treasure hunt. Bell. Imagine finding an ordinary-looking quarter in your pocket, and later discovering it's worth a staggering $685,000. Sounds impossible, right? But what if I told you, someone already sold one for this jaw-dropping amount? And here's the real kicker. You might have one sitting right under your nose. Yes, that 1978 George Washington quarter with NO mint mark could turn you into a millionaire overnight. So before you toss that loose change back into the tip jar, you might want to rethink that decision. Stick with me for the next few minutes, because today, we're uncovering the secret behind this rare coin, how to spot one, and most importantly, how you can cash in big. To understand why this quarter is worth more than a luxury home, we have to rewind to 1978. That year, the US Mint made millions of quarters, but a tiny, rare mistake changed everything. Most quarters from this period were minted in Denver, marked with a D, or Philadelphia, marked with a P. But a very small batch of quarters, so rare that even experts debate the exact numbers, was struck with NO mint mark. And here's where it gets crazy. Most people spent these without ever knowing their real value. But how do you know if your quarter is the golden ticket? Stick around, because we're about to break it down step by step. Okay, I have some old quarters. How do I tell if one is worth a fortune? No mint mark below the date, a sharp, well-defined rim, not worn out, a rare silver composition instead of nickel-clad copper. If your quarter matches these criteria, congratulations. You could be holding an absolute goldmine. If you just grabbed your wallet and dumped your coins all over the floor, don't worry, you're not alone. We've all done it. Now, let's talk money. This quarter doesn't just fetch a few $100s, its latest auction price? A mind-blowing $685,000. Because collectors are willing to pay insane amounts for rare coins. As more of these coins vanish into private collections, the value could go even higher. Some people are unknowingly selling them for pennies. Are you making this mistake? I'll tell you how to avoid it next. Now that you know what to look for, let's talk about how to sell it the right way, selling their coins to the first buyer who waves some cash in their face. Get it professionally graded, NGC or PCGS, listed on high-end auction houses, heritage auctions, Stack's Bowers. Never accept the first lowball offer. These are rare, and demand is through the roof. Do this right, and you won't just make a quick buck, you could be securing generational wealth. Rare gold mine current market value, $685,000, and climbing. Check your quarters now, because time is running out. Every day, these coins get harder to find. Some of them are already locked away in private collections forever. So, what are you going to do? Let this opportunity slip by, or take action and change your financial future? If you found this valuable, hit that like button, subscribe for more hidden wealth secrets, and comment below if you have a 1978 quarter, because I might just help you get it appraised. You never know, that little quarter in your drawer might be your ticket to a whole new life. And if you do find one, don't forget to invite me to your yacht party. What if I told you that a single quarter, just 25 cents, could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? Yes, you heard that right. The 1997 D. George Washington silver quarter, a rare and highly sought-after coin, has sold for as much as $685,000. Could you be unknowingly holding onto a fortune in your pocket change? Or worse, have you already spent one without realizing its true value? Fearful face, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to spot this valuable coin, why collectors are willing to pay a fortune for it, and how you can turn a simple quarter into a life-changing payday. Backhand index pointing right, but be quick, time is running out, and the market for these rare quarters is hotter than ever. Imagine this, you're sorting through your old coins, maybe from a jar your grandparents left behind or even just the loose change in your car. You come across a 1997 D quarter. Looks normal, right? But what if this coin, yes, this tiny piece of metal, was actually worth more than a luxury car, a mansion, or even your retirement fund? Sounds crazy, doesn't it? But it's 100% real. Microphone, let me ask you something. When was the last time you really looked at your quarters? Thinking face, most people don't. And that's exactly why so many million-dollar coins go unnoticed and get spent at vending machines, gas stations, and coffee shops every single day. Wouldn't it be ironic if you just gave away your future wealth for a $2 cup of coffee? Hot beverage money with wings. Some of these quarters were struck on a silver planchet by mistake instead of the usual copper-nickel mix. This was an accidental error at the Denver Mint, making them exceptionally rare. Most quarters from 1997 have scratches and wear from circulation. But the ones that fetch top dollar are in pristine, uncirculated condition, graded MS 67 or higher by the PCGS or NGC grading services. Coin collectors and investors are obsessed with these rare era coins. With only a handful confirmed to exist, competition is fierce, driving prices up to nearly $700,000 at auctions. Now, here's where things get interesting. Alright, now for the moment you've been waiting for. How do you check if you have one of these life-changing quarters? Grab any 1997 quarter you have and look for the D mint mark below Washington's ponytail. If there's no D, you're out of luck. But if there is, keep watching. Weigh your quarter. A regular quarter weighs 5.67 grams. But if your coin was struck on a silver planchet, it will weigh closer to 6.25 grams. If your quarter is heavier than normal, you may have just hit the jackpot. Get it professionally graded. If you suspect you have a silver-struck 1997 D quarter, take it to a certified coin dealer or send it to PCGS or NGC for verification. Collision. Imagine finding one of these rare coins, getting it graded, and then auctioning it off for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Every day, people are unknowingly spending valuable coins like this, simply because they don't know what to look for. Don't make that mistake. Check your quarters today. The next one you find could change your life, and if you think this information is valuable, imagine how many people you could help by sharing this video. Who knows, someone in your circle could be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on another rare coin that could make you rich. And remember, the rarest treasures are often hiding in plain sight. Will you be the one to find them? What if I told you that a single quarter, yes, just 25 cents, could make you a millionaire? Sounds like a scam, right? But it's not. Right now, collectors are shelling out hundreds of thousands of dollars, even up to $685,000, for a rare 1983 P. George Washington silver $quarter. And the crazy part? You might have one sitting in your pocket, buried in a jar, or hiding between your couch cushions right now. So before you spend another quarter on a parking meter, stick with me. Because in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why this specific 1983 P quarter is worth a fortune, what makes it so rare, how to check if you have one, and how you can sell it for top dollar. Warning, but here's the catch: if you don't act fast, you could miss out on this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So buckle up, because what I'm about to reveal could change your financial future forever. By the way, when was the last time you actually checked your change? The 1983 P quarter's secret. Rarity: the year was 1983. Gas was $1.24 per gallon, Michael Jackson's Thriller was ruling the charts, and the US Mint was busy cranking out millions of coins, but hidden among them was a mistake. A silver quarter that was never supposed to exist. You see, the US Mint officially stopped making silver quarters in 1964. Everything after that? Copper nickel. Well, here's where things get interesting. Some collectors believe a few leftover silver blanks, used for proof coins, accidentally made it into the regular 1983 production run at the Philadelphia Mint, and because 1983 was a year when the US Mint didn't release official mint sets, most of these quarters went straight into circulation, vanishing into the hands of everyday Americans, which means, one could be hiding in your change right now. Why is it worth $685,000? Numismatists, aka coin collectors, go crazy for minting mistakes. The fewer that exist, the higher the value. If you find one, it weighs 6.25 grams, instead of the usual 5.67 grams for a standard quarter. That's how you know it's the real deal. In 2024, one of these rare 1983 P silver quarters sold for a mind-blowing $685,000 at auction. Imagine buying a coffee with a quarter, only to realize later that you just tipped your barista with nearly $750,000. Oops. Grimacing face. But wait, how do you know if you have one? Because if you do, you're sitting on a hidden fortune. Check for the P mint mark. Flip your 1983 quarter over. Right under Washington's ponytail, you should see a tiny letter, P. If your coin doesn't have a mint mark or has a D instead, sorry, that's not the one. Weigh your coin. Grab a digital scale. A regular quarter weighs 5.67 grams, but the rare silver one? 6.25 grams. It's the difference between 25 cents and a life-changing payday. The magnet test. Silver is not magnetic. Take a small magnet and hover it over your quarter. If it sticks, sorry, it's a normal one. But if it doesn't? You just hit the jackpot. Get it appraised and sell it for top dollar. If your coin passes these tests, don't just take it to a random pawn shop. You could be scammed out of thousands. Instead, get it authenticated by a professional grading service then listed at major auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. That's where serious collectors fight over rare coins, which is exactly how one of these hit $685,000. Now let me ask you, if you knew that one tiny mistake at the US Mint 40 years ago could make you a millionaire today, because someone is going to find one of these rare 1983 P silver quarters next. Don't wait, go check your coins right now. And if you find one, leave a comment and let us know. Subscribe for more hidden treasures in your pocket change. Like this video if you're ready to turn spare change into serious cash. And check out our next video, where we reveal another rare quarter that could be worth up to $1 million. What if I told you that a tiny, everyday coin in your pocket could be worth $685,000? Yes, a simple quarter, just 25 cents, could be your golden ticket to financial freedom. But here's the catch. Only a few of these rare 1981 P. George Washington silver quarters exist, and if you own one, you might be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. And no, before you start rating your couch cushions, let's make sure you know exactly what to look for, because not every 1981 quarter is going to make you a millionaire. Otherwise, we'd all be driving Ferraris by now. So, what makes this quarter worth more than some houses? It all boils down to a rare minting error, silver content, and a perfect condition grading. Back in 1981, the U.S. Mint primarily struck these quarters in copper-nickel. But a few slipped through in pure silver, making them extraordinarily rare. And here's where it gets even more fascinating: some of these coins were struck twice, creating a stunning double-die effect. This small error is what turns a regular quarter into a life-changing jackpot. But how do you know if you have one? Before you rush to check your old coin jars, let's talk about the exact markers that make this quarter worth its weight in gold. Finding one of these rare quarters is like striking gold. Here's how you can tell if you have the one. Look for the P mint mark just below George Washington's ponytail. If there's no mint mark at all, stop. You might have an even rarer error coin. Regular quarters from 1981 have a copper core, meaning their edges look brownish, purely white, no copper edge at all. Use a magnifying glass and check Washington's profile and the lettering. If the letters or face look slightly doubled, you've hit the jackpot. And no, squinting at every quarter under your kitchen light won't make it more valuable, but hey, it's worth a shot, right? But here's where things get serious. Even if you think you found one, you could be losing thousands if you don't handle it correctly. Let's talk about how to protect your fortune. Okay, so let's say you found the legendary 1981 P silver quarter. What's next? Here's how to make sure you cash out big instead of getting scammed. Never clean the coin. A simple wipe down can ruin its value. Let the experts handle it. Get it professionally graded. PCGS or NGC can authenticate and grade your coin. A higher grade means higher profits. Sell at the right auction. High-end coin auctions can skyrocket your earnings. Private collectors pay top dollar, sometimes even more than the estimated value. And here's the most crucial part: the market for rare coins is on fire right now. Prices are climbing, and collectors are paying record-breaking amounts for rare quarters. But markets shift fast. Wait too long, and you could miss your shot at a once-in-a-lifetime payday. So, are you sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it? There's only one way to find out. Go check your old coin collections, ask your grandparents, and dig through those coin jars. You might just be holding the key to financial freedom. And hey, if you find one, what's the first thing you'd buy with your $685,000? Let me know in the comments. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, and turn on notifications, because next time, we're revealing another hidden gem in the world of rare coins. You won't want to miss it. What if I told you that the humble quarter sitting in your drawer, the one you've probably used for parking meters and vending machines, could actually be worth $685,000? That's right, one single 1986 P. George Washington silver quarter recently shook the coin-collecting world, selling for an eye-watering price. And guess what? There could be more out there, maybe even in your own pocket. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to check if you own one of these hidden gems, and how you could turn an ordinary quarter into a life-changing fortune. Alright, let's get into it. The 1986 P. George Washington quarter seems ordinary, right? But what if I told you that a rare error and a hidden silver composition make a handful of these coins worth more than a brand new Lamborghini? You see, most 1986 quarters were made with copper nickel, just your average pocket change. But, a small batch of these coins, accidentally minted with 90% silver, escaped into circulation. These error coins were supposed to be struck on regular planchets, but somehow, a few silver blanks from earlier coin runs were mistakenly used. This makes them extremely rare, and collectors are willing to pay a fortune for them. Imagine handing over a 25-cent coin for a coffee, only to realize later that you just spent a six-figure treasure. Ouch! Now, you might be thinking, okay, this sounds incredible, but how do I know if my 1986 P quarter is the jackpot one? Alright, let's talk about the signs that your 1986 P quarter could be worth a fortune. The mint mark and date. Look for the small P mint mark right under the date. It must be from 1986. The silver edge test. Grab a regular quarter and place it next to your 1986 P. If your coin has a pure silver edge with no copper stripe, you might be holding a rare one. A real silver quarter has a distinct, high-pitched ring when tapped. If your coin sounds dull, it's just pocket change. Because now comes the part that could make you a lot of money. So you've checked your 1986 p quarter, and you think you have something special. Now what? Get it authenticated. Before you get too excited and quit your job, you need to have your coin professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC. A verified MS-67 or MS-68 grade can mean the difference between a few $100 and hundreds of thousands. Find the right buyer. High-end collectors, rare coin auctions, and private sales are where the real money is. Don't settle for a pawn shop offer. Imagine turning a forgotten quarter into a down payment on your dream house. This isn't just luck, it's about knowing what to look for and taking action before someone else does. Wait, is that a $685,000 mistake? Check your pockets. Now it's your turn. Go check your 1986 p quarters right now. If you think you've got a rare one, drop a comment below. And don't forget, subscribe for more hidden money tips. Because who knows? Your next spare change could be your ticket to a wealthy life. Imagine holding a simple quarter in your hand, but what if I told you that this very coin could be worth more than a luxury mansion? But the truth is, the 1998 p George Washington silver quarter dollar has sold for an astonishing $685,000, and here's the kicker, there could be one hiding in your pocket right now. Yes, you heard that right. But before you rush to check your change drawer, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes this coin so rare, how to identify if you own one, and the critical mistake that could cost you a fortune. So, are you ready to discover if you're unknowingly sitting on a small fortune? Let's dive in. You see, most people overlook old coins, treating them like just another quarter. But hidden among everyday change are coins worth hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars. This coin is one of the most sought after by collectors. Now, here's the big question: why is this quarter so valuable? Let's rewind to 1998. The US Mint was transitioning between different quarter designs, leading to a rare minting anomaly. A small batch of silver quarters was mistakenly struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and here's where things get interesting: most of these quarters were melted down. Only a few survived, and today, they're worth a fortune. But before we reveal the key details to identify one, let me ask you this: what would you do if you suddenly discovered a coin worth $685,000, or would you let it slip away because you didn't know its true worth? Hold that thought, because in just a moment, I'm going to show you how to spot one, and how a tiny mistake could mean the difference between a payday and a costly regret. Now, let's get to the part you've been waiting for: Moneybag how-do. You know if you're holding a $685,000 quarter? Look just below George Washington's ponytail. If you see a small P, you're on the right track. Unlike regular quarters, this rare version was struck on a 90% silver planchet. How can you tell? Try the magnet test. Silver is not magnetic. If your quarter sticks to a magnet, it's a fake. A standard quarter weighs 5.67 grams. But a 1998 p silver quarter? It should weigh around 6.25 grams. A small difference, but a massive impact on value. If your coin meets all three conditions, do not clean or polish it. Cleaning can lower the value significantly. Police car light. And here's where things get even crazier: some collectors believe that there are still undiscovered 1998 p silver quarters out there. Could one be in your old piggy bank? Before you answer, stick around, because what I'm about to tell you next could change your life. Now that you know how to identify this rare coin, let's talk about the most crucial step: selling it the right way. Selling too soon or to the wrong buyer. Scammers and lowball offers are everywhere. You must get your coin properly appraised. Here's how to ensure you get the maximum payout: get it graded by PCGS or NGC, the top two coin authentication companies. A high-grade rating can skyrocket your coin's value. The best place to sell rare coins? Heritage auctions or Stack's Bowers. These auctions attract high-end collectors who will pay top dollar. If you've got the real deal, you're holding a six-figure asset. Never rush into selling it for less than its true worth, and here's the final mind-blowing fact. Just last year, another rare quarter, worth only 25 cents, sold for over $800,000. So tell me, will you be the next person to cash in on this hidden fortune? You now have everything you need to check if you own this rare quarter, but don't wait too long. Every day, more people are learning about these valuable coins, meaning the chances of finding one are shrinking. Check your old coin collections, change jars, and piggy banks. You might be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. Share this video with a friend or family member who might have old quarters collecting dust. You never know who might have one. And most importantly, subscribe for more hidden wealth secrets. Because this is just the beginning. Your financial breakthrough might just be one coin away. What if I told you that an ordinary-looking quarter from 1995 could be the key to a life-changing fortune? That's right, one specific 1995 Washington quarter dollar has been valued at a staggering $685,000 in the current market. And some collectors believe that rare versions of this coin could even reach $1 million in the near future. But here's the real question. Could you have one of these valuable quarters sitting in an old jar, forgotten in a drawer, or even hiding in your pocket right now? And if you do, how can you sell it for the maximum profit before it's too late? Wait, you weren't about to spend that quarter on a cup of coffee, were you? Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'll reveal exactly what makes this coin so valuable, how to check if you have one, and how to cash in before prices skyrocket even further. Now, before you go tearing apart your couch cushions, let's talk about what makes the 1995 Washington quarter so special. Not all 1995 quarters are created equal. In fact, the one that's worth nearly $700,000 has a very specific set of traits. Found just below Washington's ponytail, most 1995 quarters were made of copper nickel, but a rare few were struck in 90% silver by mistake. Look for double die obverse, DDO, off-center strikes, or overstruck features. And here's the kicker, these minting errors weren't intentional. They were the result of a rare slip-up at the US Mint, making these quarters one-of-a-kind collector's treasures. Just imagine, someone once spent 25 cents on a soda, and that coin later sold at auction for almost $750,000. But here's where it gets even crazier. This isn't just a one-time event. Prices for rare coins have been skyrocketing, and experts predict that the right 1995 quarter could soon break the $1 million mark. Alright, now that your heart is racing, let's talk about how you can take action before it's too late. Check your coins immediately. Pull out all your 1995 quarters, look for the mint mark under Washington's ponytail, use a jeweler's scale to check the weight. Silver quarters weigh 6.25 grams, while standard ones weigh 5.67 grams. Authenticate your coin. Use a high-powered magnifying glass to check for errors. If you suspect it's silver, have it tested at a coin shop. Send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Sell smart and maximize profit. Avoid pawn shops, they'll lowball you. List it at a major auction house like Heritage Auctions. Connect with serious collectors online for top dollar offers. And listen, don't wait too long, because as more people discover the value of these rare quarters, the competition will get fiercer, and prices might shift. So, could you be the next person to turn a simple quarter into a life-changing fortune? If you found this valuable, hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, and drop a comment below if you think you might have a hidden treasure in your collection. And seriously, before you go spending that quarter on a vending machine, maybe take one more look at it first. For more hidden treasures, watch my next video on another ultra-rare quarter worth over $1 million. Don't miss it. Imagine digging through an old coin jar, expecting nothing but spare change, but instead, you find a 1992 mint mark George Washington silver quarter, a single coin so rare that it could make you a millionaire overnight. Yes, you heard that right. One of these rare quarters recently sold for a staggering $685,000, and some could be worth even more. But here's the real question, could you be sitting on one of these fortune-making coins without even realizing it? Before you dismiss that pocket change, let me warn you, most people accidentally spend these rare coins, completely unaware of their true value. And once it's gone forever. But don't worry, because in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to identify this rare coin, why it's worth so much, and most importantly, how you can cash in before it's too late. The 1992 P Mint Mark George Washington quarter isn't just any ordinary coin. It's part of a fascinating story that dates back decades, filled with minting errors, silver secrets, and a shocking rarity that collectors are desperately hunting for today. You wouldn't throw away a winning lottery ticket, would you? Then why risk tossing out a coin that could be worth your dream house? Now, pay close attention. The 1992 P quarter stands out for two critical reasons, and missing even one of these details could mean the difference between a small find and a life-changing payday. Let's start with the first detail, because if your quarter doesn't have this, it's worth just 25 cents. Alright, the first thing to check is the 1992 Philadelphia Mint Mark P, located just beneath Washington's ponytail. If you don't see a clear P mint mark, you're out of luck. But if you do, hold on to that coin tight. Now here's where it gets really interesting. The second, and most important, factor is the accidental silver composition. You see, in 1992, the US Mint was transitioning from silver to cheaper metal alloys. But due to a rare minting error, some of these Washington quarters were struck on 90% silver planchets instead of the regular copper-nickel mix. That tiny mistake created one of the rarest and most valuable quarters in existence. And the reason collectors are willing to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars is because only a handful of these silver-struck 1992 P quarters have ever been found. But here's the real shocker, there's no official record of how many exist. That means there could still be dozens, if not hundreds, hidden in circulation today. And one of them could be in your hands right now. Alright, by now you're probably dying to know, how much could your 1992 P silver quarter be worth? The highest recorded sale of this coin reached $685,000, and experts predict that as fewer of these coins surface, values could skyrocket even higher. Still thinking, nah, there's no way I have one of these? Well, neither did the last person who found one, and now they're retired on a beach somewhere. So, here's what you need to do right now, grab your old coin jar, check your piggy bank, search through your pocket change. Because every second you wait is another chance someone else cashes in before you. And before you go, there's one more rare quarter that could be worth even more. Want to know what it is? Click the next video right now, because you won't believe what I'm about to reveal next.